Hello everyone, and welcome back to Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back on the Sony PlayStation 1. I am One Wild Sheep yet again, and today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start tackling the second warp room of the game. And to start things off, I figured let's start things off with a bang, shall we? Let's head on into this fantastic stage. Bear Down, which, as you can quite clearly tell, is another bear running sequence. And much like the first one, it is very tricksy and it's very precise. You need to know what you're meant to be doing, otherwise you're going to be re-seeing a lot of these parts over and over and over and over and over again, because you may have missed that one annoying box. It's just out of your reach, every single time, because you just weren't precise enough. I love these stages, to be honest, though. I will always say they are a nightmare to get all the gems on. But I'll be damned if I don't enjoy doing them, because it's just, I don't know, they're manageable, so they're not too difficult, and the game always gives you extra lives in case you need them, so I don't know, I never find myself too frustrated on these sequences, even when I do stupid mistakes like running into a seal. Like, that was pretty much the equivalent of a parked car, I guess, and there we go. Now, I don't fail too much on this stage, ladies and gentlemen. Do not worry, I'm not gonna be here for way too long. But one thing I do want to point out is, now that we're in the second warp room of the game, whenever we enter the new level, you'll notice that the actual warp gate that we warp in from, well, you'll notice that it actually takes on the same theme as the warp room we're currently in. For example, now we're in like the sewage warp room. So whenever we go into the beginning and ending of a stage, it will be like a sewage entrance or a sewage exit. And I don't know, I always liked that neat little touch. It's always, I don't know, I've always been fond of that. And it's kind of a shame that gets lost in the third Crash game, which I'll be getting to in the future, more than likely. Well, not more than likely, I will be getting to that in the future, because that's a game I really want to cover myself as well. But, yeah, that's something that the third game sort of missed out on, and I think it adds a little bit extra character, you know, it adds a little bit extra shindig. But now we reached the end of the stage. Like I said, it didn't take us very long at all to get everything. Break the nitro crate and grab this gem, but we don't want to exit the actual portal. We don't want to go through the level exit, because if you notice, there's some very suspicious looking islands right behind us. So let's do a little bit of tricksy platforming and land on this island, and suddenly, whoa! That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's a secret warp, leading us to a secret warp room. Yet again. Now, as you can tell by here, air crash. We've been to that level, haven't we? Well, yes, we have, ladies and gentlemen, but if you recall correctly, we didn't actually complete it 100% last time, because, well, we couldn't get all the crates. We physically could not get every crate in that stage. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be collecting those crates that we couldn't get beforehand. And if you want extra lives, you can so try and risk jumping off those bouncy boxes as well to do so. I don't recommend it, but it's a thing. It's a little, like, it's a nice reward if you think you can do it. I get enough extra lives in this game, so I don't actually have to worry about killing myself trying to get more lives, you know, ladies and gentlemen. But seriously, that was it. That's all of the stage that we haven't seen, just that tiny little sequence. So, it's time for a jump cut! Yay! There we go, okay. Now, this is the point of the stage as well. If you recall last time, we ended up going to the death route path. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going the standard route of the stage, because, well, it's collectibles and what have you to collect. What can I say? And these jumps by here can be really tricky, and I do advise you to be careful and watch out for the mines. Because even though the mines are in the water, more than enough times I have accidentally slid into a mine when I was trying to do a long jump across the gaps. So just be a bit wary that you can still get clipped by the mines even if you're on a platform. It's a bit awkward, and I think I'm the only person I've ever seen actually do it, but, you know, it's a little bit of something to keep wary of, because otherwise you're gonna die, and that's no good, because the Crash Bandicoot death is, well, no one likes to die, do they? Unless there's some kind of crazy masochist, but that's neither here nor there. Although this isn't a very long stage, not a very long sequence at all, so as you can tell, we're right at the end of the stage already, so it's Collect the thingy. And why did I say it was the second warp room? It's the third warp room we're at. I just realized. See, this is what time computer hardware troubles cause you, you know, folks. You go off of an LP for a few months, and then when you return to it, your mind is like jelly. For some reason, I was going to say your mind's like butter. I mean, I know my mind is as smooth as butter, but that's beside the point. Anyway, it's time to go and become some plant food, because it's time for another up the creek level. I figured we might as well go to another creek level after the previous one, so there's that. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is one of those levels where we need to jet. As soon as you get into the stage, run and jump all the way to the... As I was saying, as we get to the... In this stage, we need to go straight to the end of the stage as quickly as physically possible, because if you can't tell in the background, well, you can't tell. There is an invisible timer, just like there was beforehand. It's basically the main thing you're going to see in a lot of these creek levels, is there's a timer. There it is, it just popped in. And as with last time, the timer will start before you have a chance to move on. You know, the timer will start before it shows up. So I do advise just to jet through the stage, go as quickly as possible. You know, pretend you're Sonic. Pretend you're playing a Sonic game for a few seconds, and there's that. And as always, just avoid all of the question mark boxes, because, well, you're going to want to get to the end quickly. And if you get to the end quickly, a little speedrunning tactic is to commit suicide, and boom, you're back at the beginning again, which you can collect all those glorious, glorious boxes. By the way, those plants, I have to say, these plants are really, really obnoxious, especially in this upcoming section back here, because there is, I haven't found a way to dodge them. I don't think it's possible to dodge those plants without going around to actually kill them first. But the thing is, if we go around to kill those plants first, then we will run out of time, and that means we won't be getting our stunning, delicious, ultra shiny, sexy gem. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any way to get through this section without getting hit. I've never been able to pull it off. If you've been able to pull it off, please tell me how you managed it, because, yeah, that would be wise for me to know in repeated playthroughs. But of course, now that we got that gem, we can casually go along the stage at our own leisure. Or, in my case, still go moderately fast, because, I don't know why. I play these sort of games, I just can't go slow. I have this problem in Mario Brothers as well, where I just have this mindset of going fast. Wow! Gotta go fast! Oh no! But, that's gotten me killed more than enough times, and I just cannot, for the life of me, get out of this mindset. I've been like this ever since I was a wee lad, playing video games for the first time. I have to keep a move on, you know, and it's annoying. It's annoying, that's all I can say. To make things worse, I'm not even a speedrunner, because I don't actually like going speedrunning games that often, just because I'm not good at it. But I still like going at my own speed, so... And like I said, it just screws me up a couple of times. Anyway, time for another bonus room. Same shindig as is, and all the other bonus rooms, just collect all of the thingy what's-its that are in the area. It's easy peasy. I love this bonus room in particular though, just because the amount of apples, Wumpa fruits you can pick up it seems like quite a bit, I have to be honest. And it's not even the most I think we get in a bonus room. I think the most we get in a single bonus room is like 200. I could be wrong with that, so don't quote me if later in the LP I don't get anywhere near that much, but because, let's face it, I haven't recorded this in months, you know, folks. I haven't seen what I recorded in months since I initially edited it. And now I'm re-editing it, so eventually I'll remember, but, you know, I am finished editing it. And yes, I have to say editing like that. Editing. It's actually a really hard word to say really quickly. Editing. You know, say that 10 times ultra fast. Trust me, that's not an easy word to say. But I digress. Anyway, same rules apply by here. Just dodge a piranha plants as possible. And like I said the first time around, the only real way I can think about dodging those two plants that just spawn into your left and right of you is to kill them. But when you speedrun it through the stage as quick as you can to get the speed gem, it's damn near impossible. In fact, I think it is impossible unless you're hacking. Using cheat codes, Game Shark codes and the like. But I digress. That's another stage over and done with. Ooh la la. Yes, do that sexy dance, or not. Never mind then, fine.
Crash! Thank goodness. I hacked into Cortex's computer and found detailed schematics for an improved Cortex Vortex and a suspicious-looking space station. I'm not sure, but Cortex might be trying...
Cortex might be what? Cortex might be what? God damn it, I have no... That's the one thing that annoys me about the European version of this game. All of the characters' voices cut off prematurely. It's only the European version as well. All the American versions, perfectly fine. Yes, the character voices end at the right time. But no, the European copy doesn't. And it just drives me off the wall insane. That's... I don't know. That was a stupid ass move. I'm gonna jump into a nitro crate now, blah blah blah. But anyway, this stage by here, I don't know if we've actually accessed a sewer level yet. I'm gonna go on a whim and say we haven't. So, general rule of thumb with these sewer levels is there's electrical eels in a lot of the water. You need to avoid the electric eels and jump in the water whenever the water's not electrified, because otherwise you are going to die, and you don't want that to happen, ladies and gentlemen. That also happens as well, so just be careful, be patient, because otherwise you will die in these sections, you know, ladies and gentlemen. What is happening to my playing skill today? Good God. Alright, let's retry that again. Now, whenever we go onto this gem path, obviously we need the yellow gem in order to access this pathway, so if you didn't get the yellow gem in plant food, unfortunately you won't be heading down this route, and oh, for Christ's sake. Don't stand on those platforms for too long either, otherwise you will fry. Yeah, it's not fun when you fry. But, yeah, just go through the section as quickly as possible and grab the normal clear gem that's right by there. Once you got this clear gem, feel free to die so then you can go back onto the normal route. Yeah, a bit of speedrunning tactics so you don't have to replay entire sequences of the stage, you know, ladies and gentlemen. This way you can just get all of the boxes alongside all of the gems. It's kind of handy. Like, that's one sort of thing I always like in some games, like where you can sort of cheat the system by dying in order to speedrun right across the stages. Like, Banjo-Tooie is a good example of that, where in Banjo-Tooie there's one particular world, for me anyway, Pterodactyl Land, and in that stage, if I want to go speedrun to a certain area, like an entrance of a cave... What is going on with my playing skills today? But anyway, in Pterodactyl Land, if I want to go to a certain sequence and then I want to return to a previous area, what I tend to do is I just jump off a cliff and I'll respawn at a certain area, because it's quite easy to manipulate the spawning in Banjo-Tooie, which basically makes it a lot easier to traverse traverse across landscapes and what have you. Granted, I'll probably forget all about my speedrunning tactics when I go to LP that game eventually, but that's not for a good while, so I don't need to worry about that, do I? Now, in these bonus stages as well, you do want to be careful that you do collect every single box in the first run, because you cannot re-enter these bonus stages after you've been through them one time, which... It's honestly kind of annoying, because I've always had that... It's always one or two bonus stages at some point in the game where I usually forget a box, or I just miss a box out of sheer stupidity. And that means I have to redo the entire stage again just to re-enter the bonus level. It's not fun when that happens, ladies and gentlemen, so do take extra care to make sure that you have all the boxes in each bonus level before you move on outside. Granted, in later bonus levels like the nighttime ones, which I'll explain more about when we get to them, that's kind of impossible, but you'll see what I'm talking about way later in the LP. And if you're wondering where that yellow gem path leaded to, it leads to here. This is where that gem path exits. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I do recommend simply dying in that gem path so you can get all those boxes, because we miss out on pretty much most of the boxes in the stage if I take the gem path throughout fully. Like, there's a couple of pathways in this game where if you take the full alternate path, you'll miss out on getting the boxes, and that kind of bugs me, you know, ladies and gentlemen, because I like to know that if I'm going an alternate path, I'll be able to collect everything in one go. But no, I have to die. I have to return to the point where I was previously or risk redoing the stage. And it's honestly not that big a deal, but it's a minor nuisance. And I don't know, I think the game would have been better if we didn't have to worry about that. By the way, we do need to go to that dead end pathway that you saw me go to, because otherwise we would have missed out on the crystal, which means, well, we'd have to redo the stage, because the crystals are the major MacGuffin. Unlike the gems I'm collecting, the crystals are required, you know, folks. I'm only getting the gems because 100% completion, and yeah, that's basically it. But I digress. That is sooner or later over and done with. We'll see more of these type of stages sooner or later. Because the title of the stage is sooner or later. Get it? No. Don't my jokes just ruin you? Anyway, with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't be sheepish, people. When we return next time, we'll be entering the road to ruin. And continuing on with the rest of the third warp room of the game. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't be sheepish, people. I'll catch you all next time. Bye!